What a time to be alive. 100 episodes, guys. We're going to celebrate by counting down my top 10 favorite video games of all time. Let's get it started. And welcome to Resell Robin, guys. What a journey it's been, right? 100 episodes. This has been a many years in the making, guys. The channel has been growing exponentially over the last year or so. So much so from when my humble beginnings, which I can't believe it's been since back then, but I want to thank you guys so much. We're going to be counting down today my top 10 favorite video games of all time. And some of them may surprise you, and there's reasons behind these. It's not just a matter of whether or not they're good games, because I have so many games I have that are good. It's more so the memories I have from these games, and nostalgia plays a bit of a role in this, but there's a lot of factors in this, and I'll get into that when we get to the countdown. But I want to thank you guys so much. We are now at 1540 subscribers. It's amazing, guys. If you like the content I've been putting out, please subscribe. It helps the channel grow. We're trying to hit 1,600. Hopefully, help me celebrate on this one. Help me get to 1,600 with this one. If you are not subscribed, I really would appreciate it. Make sure you guys like the video. Comment down below. Let me know what you guys think of my game choices, but also let me know what you think of the channel growth. What's going on? If you've been a long-time subscriber to the early days of Savage Gamer, pat yourself on the back, throw yourself a comment down below. I want to hear from you guys. You guys have been around forever, but I thank you guys so much. I know the video is out a day late, but I really wanted to put a little more time and effort into this one, so there was a little bit of editing that had to go into this one a little more, but I hope you guys enjoy it. Don't worry, the Sunday video will be coming as normal. Looks like it's very close right now between PS4 hidden gems and Xbox 360 hidden gems. So there's still time to vote in that poll, so make sure you guys do. And I will have a new Wednesday poll up for next Wednesday's video, so make sure you guys vote in that one as well. Pivoting to this real fast. This came in recently. This is the Lupin the Third box set. This has a lot of the original Lupin the Third Laserdisc in this one. So excited to have this one. I love Lupin the Third, and having a box set of all the greatest Lupin the Third movies on Laserdisc. So happy to have that. And then Cowboy Bebop Volume 7 on Laserdisc came in, so I'm super happy to get that one as well. Love Cowboy Bebop. Let me know what you guys think of the Cowboy Bebop series or the Laserdisc. I'd love collecting them. But without further ado, guys, we are going to be getting into it shortly. Although, I feel like I just want to play maybe a little something to remind those who may not know. Just a quick little snippet of where my humble beginnings came from. But then after that, let's go straight into my top 10 favorite games of all time. Alright, guys, it's time to begin the countdown on my top 10 favorite games of all time. So, number 10, actually, and this one may not surprise many people, but it's actually the original Contra on the original NES. I know my label damage is on it, but this is my original game from when I was a really young child. And Contra always holds a special place in my heart, because I can remember distinctly as a young child, and I was like 6, me and my brother would sit in our bedroom together and we would put hours into this game. Me and him trying to beat that game. It was my older brother, Tony. And we really used to play this so much every day. And we didn't always put in the cheat code, guys. I know about the cheat code, and my brother knew about it. We knew up, up, down, down. But we tried to beat it on our own, and we did, by the way. Spoiler alert, we did. But the memories with this just mean so much to me, guys. The game was amazing. I don't really need to talk much more about that, about Contra, but this one will always hold a special place in my heart. The next one I actually want to cover was in my early teenage years, and that was actually Grandia 2. This was an RPG that I was still new to JRPGs at the time. This is when I started really getting into it. It was late PS1 or PS1 era, and the PS2 era is when I started getting into JRPGs, and this is one of the ones that really pushed me into that genre. Grandia 2, for whatever reason, just snagged me. I loved the story and the combat's amazing. This is my original PS2 copy that I bought back when I was 16 years old, 15, something like that. I will always remember sitting and playing this game. Love Grandia 2, guys. And if you guys have never played it, there are so many ways to play it nowadays, but fantastic RPG. And it will always mean a special place to me because it's one of my earliest JRPGs I played. The next one I want to cover is going to go right back to, again, my childhood. And I know, right? Nostalgia. And that's Mario 3. I mean, to nobody's surprise, to be honest, Super Mario Bros. 3, I poured so many hours into this as a very young kid. I can still, any day today, pop this into my NES and just have a good time. I remember playing this over at my grandma's house with my brother, playing it at my house at home because both of them had the game. No matter where I went, Mario 3 was everywhere, and it still holds up to this day. It's one of my favorite Mario games of all time. There's actually only one Mario game I love more than this one, and that's actually coming up on the next one, coming up right now. Which leads me to my favorite Mario. This is my favorite Mario game of all time. And it's going to surprise you, but it's actually Mario Odyssey, guys. Like, Mario Odyssey on the Switch blew me away. As a huge Mario fan over the years, and I know you thought it was going to be Mario 64, and I love Mario 64. Don't get me wrong. That and Mario Sunshine, I love both of those games. And the new Super Mario World for the Super Nintendo. But Mario Odyssey, something about it just clicked in my brain, and I could not put it down. I played it from start to finish. I played no other games in between. It was my pick for Game of the Year a long time ago. If you guys remember that video, God, you probably don't. That was years and years and years ago. But Mario Odyssey, it's my favorite Switch game on the console, and it's my favorite Mario game of all time. Like, if you haven't played this one, which I would guess you have, but if you haven't, get this one for your Switch, guys. No brainer. The next one I want to cover was actually kind of my favorite. This is my favorite JRPG of all time. And now I know people are probably going to think Final Fantasy VII, and that's in my top favorite games of all time as far as like RPGs, but it's not. It's not this, and it's actually Lunar 2 Eternal Blue on the PS1. This is my original copy I bought at Babbage's when I was like maybe 16, and I remember getting this home, and I remember the anime had me hooked, and I'd never played like one with anime cutscenes before, and I just fell in love with the story and the characters and the gameplay. Man, the nostalgia of playing this one, there was parts I remember was so frustrated to beat. It was so hard, but it was worth every bit of the time I put into this one. If you've never played Lunar 2, I really recommend you find a way to play this. There's many releases for it, but it is an amazing JRPG that everyone should play, and for me, it was my favorite JRPG of all time. Nostalgia plays a thing in that, but I will always love Lunar. Now, the next one, it goes again to the younger childhood up until now to this day, but it's actually Pokemon Red, guys. Like, this was my first Pokemon game. Not this one. This is a Japanese copy, which I'm really happy to have, by the way. But Pokemon will always have a special place in my heart. And Pokemon Red version, I remember my mom took me to Toys R Us, and I remember I got the little pulse slips I used to have on there, and I was just getting into Pokemon. I was watching the anime on weekday mornings. The trading card game had just came out. Everybody was trying to get that, and I remember popping this into my Game Boy, and I could not put this down. I played this game non-stop, guys. Like, I played this game so much. And I will never, ever trade those memories for anything, guys. Pokemon means a lot to me, and Pokemon Red will always mean the most to me. I mean, don't get me wrong, I love Silver, and I actually really loved Black and White. I loved that series as well. Fire Red was a really great game. It was a remake of this one, but the Pokemon Red will always be one of my tops, man. Like, Pokemon Red. I'm just saying. The next one I'm actually going to cover is a game that you probably would not expect to be on this list. And I'm going to explain why. And that is actually Overwatch. Yes, Overwatch is in my top 10 favorite games of all time. Now, the thing is with Overwatch, I know there's a lot of people going to say, what the hell? And you got to understand that I'm basing this on memories and the games that I've played the most, enjoyed the most, and Overwatch, while it has created a lot of frustrations over the years, and currently Overwatch 2 definitely makes me very angry sometimes. But I remember day one when I bought this game, I was in love with the story, the characters, and the gameplay. Like, I was addicted to this, and to this day, I still play Overwatch 2. Albeit it's not as good as Overwatch 1. But regardless, I still love playing this one with my friends, and I have met some of the most important friends in my life through this game, and shout out to you, Editor Coffee, because that's how we met. And funny enough, that's how my friend Spawn met her, and they're married now, thanks to Overwatch. So I wouldn't be where I'm at in my life right now without them and without Overwatch. So for that reason, Overwatch made a bigger impact in my life than most other games, which is weird, but Overwatch, alright? Give it a download if you haven't played it. You might have fun. Not as good as it used to be, though. The next one I actually want to cover is a game that I remember so many people talking bad about when I was like 17, 16, when it was releasing, and everybody dogged on it, but I loved it. And now it's revered, but back then it wasn't. And that was actually The Legend of Zelda: The Wind Waker. My favorite Zelda game of all time. I loved the art style back then, and nowadays that art style holds up better than a lot of the Zelda games. And it was fantastic. It's still fantastic. There's not a lot to say about it, to be honest. Like, everybody knows The Legend of Zelda: The Wind Waker is fantastic. Is it their favorites? Well, it's always debatable. Like, it could be Ocarina of Time, it could be Breath of the Wild, it could be Link to the Past. And I love all those games, by the way. But for me personally, to this day still, Legend of Zelda: The Wind Waker is my favorite Zelda of all time. I bet you that one shocked you a little. Now this one, if you've been following my channel for a long time, you know this game means a lot to me, and I fell in love with the series. I can't wait for the new one coming out next year, and that is Life is Strange. There's something about this story-driven game that just hooked me. I don't know what it was. I love the characters. I was addicted to this story in this game. And if you haven't played this one, there's a lot of ways to download and play this or purchase this game nowadays. It's got physical releases on PS4. It's got physical releases on Xbox One, on the Nintendo Switch. You can digitally download it for very cheap. No matter what, if you've never played this and you like story-driven games, this is a must-play, in my opinion. And for me, personally, it just gripped me so much. I have the graphic novels for this series, guys. Like, I have figures for this series. I love Life is Strange. I know that's a little odd for some people, but something about the story and the characters in this one, I love it. And I love the game, this whole series, genre like this, like Detroit Become Human, Beyond Two Souls. I love those types of games, and for all those reasons and more, this one is definitely one of my favorites of all time. And now we've gotten to my favorite game of all time. And it's not specifically, well, it's this game, but it's also the whole series. And I don't know what it is, but I just freaking love Kingdom Hearts. Kingdom Hearts will always just mean so much to me. And I remember, and it's weird, because this game, I remember I was working at Toys R Us when this game was coming out, and I was in that phase of Grand Theft Auto, and I don't want to play kids Disney. I loved anime, and I loved like Grand Theft Auto. I didn't want to play Disney. I didn't like Disney. And I remember I was asking, why the hell are they making a Disney and Final Fantasy crossover? It makes no sense. I'm going to hate this. And I remember I popped it in, and when Simple and Clean started playing, I was hooked. To this day, I love Kingdom Hearts so much. I love the characters, the art, the music. There is just something about this series that will always, always get me. I can't wait for Kingdom Hearts 4. I love Kingdom Hearts, guys. I know there's a lot of fans out there. I know there's some people who don't like it, and that's okay. But this isn't a situation where I'm telling you guys to go out and buy everything that I'm telling you to get or anything like that in this one. These are the games that mean a lot to me. Don't worry, we'll have our hidden gems and top all that stuff coming as per usual this coming Sunday. Don't worry about that. But for today, I just wanted to cover my favorite games, you know? And that's number 1 for me. But that's my top 10, guys. That is my top 10 favorite video games of all time. There's plenty more games that I love. There's always games I'm picking up. But for me, those are the ones that will always mean the most. And I just wanted to get it out there. But I want to thank you guys so much. Again, the fact that this channel has grown like it has means the world to me, guys. Again, make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe on this video. Let me know what you guys think. Let me know what you guys like about my, top 10. Let me know maybe some of your favorite games. I would love to hear from you guys on that. Make sure you guys, just continue to follow the channel, and again, I want to hear from my original subscribers from a long time ago. If you guys hear me on there, Savage Gamer, it will always be a part of my heart, but I just wanted to hear from you guys. Throw it in the comments down below. But again, I want to thank you guys so much. And let's keep going to another 100, shall we? But most importantly of all, let's stay savage. 100 episodes, let's freaking go!